Welcome back to the Tales of St. Gwen. Today will be about the Eldar Exodites. And so to begin. Crashing my Valkyrie into the fields of the planet was not my goal. I had intended on flying past the planet entirely, but a rogue comet said otherwise. Pulling myself from the crash, army crawling to safety, I collapsed. With a huge gash in my side, caused by the crash, I was in need of aid, but my communicator had been thrown in the crash. I tried to crawl towards it, to call Scully for aid, but stopped midway from the pain of my wound. Come on, Gwen. You're stronger than this. A few more feet was gained before I had to stop again, this time from nausea. I reached for my communicator, but the world went dark as I passed out. When I came to, I was no longer in the fields. The burning Valkyrie wasn't even in eyesight, and my wounds were dressed. I slowly sat up, finding my communicator close to me, and repaired was surprising. The entry to the tent opening, showing me an Eldar, but not one that I had ever encountered before. I have seen Craftworld Eldar, fought Dark Eldar with the white scars, watched in amazement as the Harlequins danced around the battlefield as they killed their enemies. But these Eldar were ones I had yet to see even models of. They were Exodites, those who had rejected their spiraling civilization long before the fall of the Eldar. They had left their home planet and found new worlds called Maiden Worlds, and lived pre-industrial to all of their kin. They paused seeing me awake, before putting food and water on the ground for me and closing the tent door. Instead of grabbing the meal, I grabbed my communicator and turned it on. With some tuning of the frequencies, I finally hailed Scully. "Gwen, it's been 3 days. What the hell happened? Where are you?" 3 days? I didn't realize I was out that long. A rogue comet hit my Valkyrie and I went down on some planet. "Are you alright?" "I was wounded, but the locals patched me up." "Scully, they're Exodites." "Exodites? Have you seen any dinosaurs?" "Not yet. I just woke up in some tent." "I'm bringing the ship to the planet. Hopefully they let you go easily." Turning off the communicator, I took the food and water and inspected it. No poisons were detected, so I nibbled on the food before getting up. Walking out of the tent, I was met with the faces of curious and scared Exodites. As I walked through the tribe-like village, I felt a peace that I had never encountered before. The village was basic. Tents pitched with fabric that was made from the same fields I had landed in. The fields around the village were farmed by hand instead of machine, and I found it calming that I couldn't hear the constant hum of machinery. In the middle of the village was a natural geyser that went off at random times, and that's where I met the chief. I had no idea if they spoke a basic language or had developed their language of their own. "Hello."
"Morning. We are glad to see you awake."
Thank the Emperor they spoke a language I understood. "Thank you for rescuing me and tending to my wounds."
"No thanks is needed. It was the right thing to do."
I walked with the chief, going to the edge of the village where they held their animals.
"What do you think of our village?"
"It's peaceful. I've never felt peace like this in my life, not even when I am in meditation."
"Our planet is special. It is untouched by machinery. Or it was till your crash."
"I apologize for that. It was not my intent on hurting your world. I was unaware that anyone inhabited it."
"That is the point, that we live in peace with no outside forces."
"Do you have dinosaurs?" The chief chuckled, nodding his head.
"Yes, we have riders. They are fierce riders and can take us far."
My communicator went off, alerting me that Scully would arrive in 2 days to retrieve me.
"Your ship is coming to collect you?"
Yes, looking out at the peaceful world once again, feeling the calm it provided me. In that moment I swore to preserve that peace. "You saved my life. Let me return it. I'm on an Inquisitor's ship. and he could declare that this is a dead world and the Imperium would stay clear of it.
Is that something you even should do?
Perhaps not, but your kindness should not be taken for granted. The chief left me to talk to Scully, who agreed to my idea after some grumbling. While on the planet, I helped the Exodites build tents, farm, enjoy their daily lives without the need of machinery. And a few days later, I was honored with being able to ride out on a dinosaur to the coordinates that I had given Scully. It was similar to riding a horse, though it ran on 2 legs instead of 4. After adjusting in my saddle, we rode out to the location. The chief had sent his son to accompany me. That way the dinosaur could be brought back to the village. It only took a few minutes for Scully's personal shuttle to land and for me to dismount and board the ship. The familiar sound of technology surrounded me, and I longed for the peace of the planet for a moment before we left its airspace.
What was it like?
Peaceful.
No, Gwen, to ride a dinosaur.
I smirked at Scully.
Amazing.
Once we returned to the ship, Scully graced me with a photocopy of me riding said dinosaur before ushering me off to the medic. True to his words, Scully named the planet a dead and dangerous world, so no other Imperial cruisers would land. Thank you for coming to this short story of the Eldar Exodites. If you liked it, please give it a like, comment down below, subscribe as it all helps the channel greatly, and I will see you in the next one.